What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today I'm going to give my final thoughts on Destiny 2's beta and kind of give some impressions. So, Destiny 2. I want to talk about things that I like, things that I don't like, and really what you can expect if you didn't get a chance to play the beta. Now, I'm currently looking at the Gunslinger's tree, and as you can see, it is very simplified. There's really only a choice between the active dodge, the grenade, and the jump. There is that second tree below that looks like you will be able to unlock this with, this upgrade point. And I'm assuming that it's not going to be a choice. You'll just, boom, you get 8 talents instead of 4 now. And this is really the same across all the different classes. They're all pretty simplistic, and they've severely dumbed these classes down. Now, I have to admit, I don't particularly like this. I really like the choices between, you could get Ward of Dawn, you could, heal whenever you use Arc Blade, or you could go invisible. You had the Shadow Step as the Night Stalker, or whatever that class was, or you could run faster and, your mini-map was more detailed. I really like that aspect of customization, but it really seems like, hey, this is what you get. Everybody's the same, which, wasn't that an issue with the gear in the first one? Everybody had the exact same stuff, and everybody complained. Now we got new stuff, and now it looks like there's a ton of gear customization where you can modify and change the color of this, chest piece and this helmet to make this crazy rainbow man, but we're all playing the exact same subclass, and I gotta admit, I'm just kind of a little shocked by that. I really miss the old trees. Of course, this is the beta that might come out with something different, but I don't see something as big as this being changed. And I have to say, I am a little disappointed, and I miss the old system already. Now, since we are already talking about subclasses, and I'll just go ahead and talk about the supers. The supers feel better sometimes. The Defender Titan, which is now the Sentinel, feels amazing. I really like this subclass. The Arc Blade is now the, Arc Staff, whatever. It feels very good. The Striker Titan feels amazing. And the Warlock, pretty much both his subclasses, I felt severely underwhelmed by. The Nova Bomb travels, half a mile an hour, and you can simply walk away from it without, completely avoiding the damage. It goes in a straight line, so you actually can't aim it at people. You have to aim it at their feet, which isn't, the hardest thing in the world, but with that slow travel in PvP, it just doesn't seem like a viable class. The sword is really, you throw this fire wave at people. It's almost like a Hammer of Soul for the Warlock without all the crazy, amazing abilities the Hammer of Soul had. The Gunslinger, you have 6 shots now, but it feels like you've got less time than you used to with the 3 shots. And the big thing with the Gunslinger is you used it, walked around a corner, got your couple of shots, and killed some people. And now in Crucible, when you use the Gunslinger, you have 6 shots. Well, there's only 4 people on the PvP team, so you can't get a team, or if you get a team wipe, you still have 2 wasted shots. On top of that, the Gunslinger is, since it is so short, I found many times whenever I used the Gunslinger in PvP, I only got 1 or 2 kills, but those kills had to be right next to each other. I couldn't get a kill and then go search for somebody. It was they need to be pretty much right in front of me. Alright, now we had access to the first story mission, or, you know, it almost seemed like two, because you go through a cutscene and then you kind of go to a completely new area. And it really felt good. It felt a very enthralling story. I really like the fact that all the big names like Zavala feels like he's actually helping you instead of sitting in the tower staring at this sheet of paper at his desk telling you to go do mindless stuff. It really felt like he was actually participating, and I like that. The story mission did really have that grab factor. You know, you get to see these new type of Cabal enemies, and I thought that was really cool. But in the end, the Cabal still feel like Cabal, even though the shield guys have changed. There's the new flamethrower guys, there's the guys with the meat cleavers, there's the war dogs, which I think those are Cabal. But it really felt, once that, oh wow, this enemy is so cool, once that wore off, it really felt like just the same old enemy. The little bit of Vex there is in, or that was in the beta, they feel really the same too. There is a Shank that you get to go against, and I will have a little clip of that, but I don't even think he ever got to shoot at me. He's not really in anything. It was kind of in that area that you could run around at the beginning of the strike. The hobgoblins and the regular goblins, they really feel the same. The fanatics, when you kill them, they explode. They're blue instead of green now. And the big guys, I can't remember their name right now, but the Minotaurs, they feel the exact same. Even though their shields look a little bit different, and they attack a little bit differently. Now they shoot laser beams instead of bullets, or those big grenades. You know, it really still, all the enemies really feel kind of the same. The story mission was good, but if you didn't like the first Destiny because of the story missions, you're not going to like these story missions. It's really just more of the same. It didn't do anything that was completely unexpected. It, you know, it's more Destiny, which I really enjoyed the first Destiny, so that's great. Now, besides the class tree and the new subclass changes, the biggest change in Destiny is PvP. We had access to Countdown and Control. There are 4v4 matches now, and Control is tiny. It's so fast-paced, the time to kill seems so much faster, but I don't think it's the time to kill is faster because you are taking more damage, which you might be. I'm not exactly sure, but the time to kill seems so much faster because you're constantly being shot by everybody, because it takes 5 seconds to run from one end of the map to the other. I really did not enjoy the map size in the Control maps. Now, you no longer have to stand on the point to take them over, or you have to stand on it twice to take it over. You just stand on it once to take it over. Doesn't matter how many Guardians are standing on it. Once one person's on it, it takes it over. And, you know, it's really just, it feels more like Team Deathmatch than a Control game, even though the point system is completely based on controlling the zones. I have to say, just the speed at which the matches don't feel good to me. Now, another thing about PvP, and this was really about Destiny in a whole, is I never found a weapon that, this is my gun. I used this pulse rifle that I was currently using, and I think it was probably the best PvP weapon, but I can honestly say I never found a weapon that was, hey, this is my gun, this is the only gun that I'm going to use, oh my god, it's amazing. All of them kind of felt the same. The submachine guns have way too much recoil for me to even enjoy. The pulse rifles still feel very good. The hand cannons feel good. The scout rifles were very underwhelming. The assault rifles were about like they always were. You know, I just can honestly say I never found a gun that this is my gun. You know, I can't wait to pick this up when the real game comes out. I haven't found that. And I'm hoping that we had access to the junkier guns. I really hope that some good guns came out. Now, if you see there, I got a spawn kill, and I can honestly say I don't remember the last time I got a primary spawn kill in Destiny, but this is you almost got a spawn kill every single game without really running around everywhere. He was closer to the A territory than I was, and I was close to the C territory. You know, he was close to his controlling territory, and I took 2 steps and was able to spawn kill him. To me, that map is just insanely too small. The match pace is way too fast. Lastly, let's talk about the strike. Now, the strike was probably one of the funnest strikes I've played. It felt like it had more depth than a lot of the old strikes. The final boss felt good, but it's still a strike. There was nothing major change there. You know, you go run through, kill a bunch of enemies. There was an area that you could, you know, there's a handful of areas that you can just straight up run past enemies and not fight them. And, you know, it just really felt like a typical strike. Nothing major changed. Now, I did enjoy the strike, though. It was fun. It was nice to be back in a Destiny strike. But at the same time, I thought it would be a little more. I was really hoping for a lot more variation between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. At this point, I really feel Destiny 2, it feels like an expansion to me more than a new game. The new game almost feels like, hey, we have a whole new style of PvP, but the core of the game is the exact same. And I don't know if I like that. I was more of a PvE player. You know, I didn't think Destiny's Crucible was the best PvP mode out there. If I wanted to go in a PvP match, I would play Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that. Those games are, you know, completely focused on PvP, and the story is just an afterthought. And Destiny's the opposite to me. Destiny was a story-ish, but, you know, a PvP situation that had training. You know, I think that's even what it was considered. If I remember right, wasn't the Iron Banner like training for Guardians to make us better? You know, so to me, it was a story, or, you know, a PvE experience that had a PvP setting. And Destiny 2 feels like the opposite. It feels like a PvE setting that's focused on PvP. Just the fact that the way the weapons feel, the way that power weapons are just super underwhelming, you know, that's all those together make PvP better, I guess, for some people. I don't enjoy it as much, but, you know, it's kind of that whole Destiny thing. It really felt that kind of after the Dark Below, Destiny started transforming into a PvP game and less of a PvE game, and I'm already getting that vibe from this beta. Now, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I had a lot of fun with Destiny 2. I'm looking forward to the full release, but I am also not as hyped as I was more excited about Destiny 2 before I played the beta. And to me, that's actually saying something. I don't think a beta should discourage me from wanting to play the game. It, you know, it might not be an encouragement, but it should not make me go, you know, man, I'll just pop in Destiny 1. Why would I pay $65 for this? Hopefully, with the new content that comes out and I get to see more of the game, I'll change my mind. But as of right now, I kind of just feel that, hey, it's Destiny. You know, Destiny 2 really feels just like Destiny 1. Now, I did get to run around the farm a little bit, and the farm is the new social space or social area. I'm sure there'll be more than one, just like there was in Destiny 1, but right now we got to run around this. Now there are no vendors or anything like that. It's just kind of the area. There's a little soccer ball field that you can hit a goal and fireworks go off. And there's just kind of things to see. There's actually a hangar that it actually kind of looks like there might be a completely new Sparrow. It's kind of got this little drone looking thing in it. But, you know, the social space, it's kind of boring. I don't know if that's just because there weren't any NPCs there, but I was not just completely blown away at all. Now, this is early on, and you know, things could change, but like I said before, I think these big major changes, these are how the game's going to be. It's not going to change in a drastic way. It's going to be small little tuning things. That's really what betas are meant for, is to work out bugs and fix a few little issues. They're not really meant to overhaul the game. Now, there is a doorway or kind of a gate leading out of the farm that you can run out of, and it says turn around or, you know, you'll die or whatever. So I think maybe you might be able to just Sparrow into this, and it's kind of a safe space like a lot of other games have, where, you know, you've got your base and no enemies will come by. That could be a thing, and that would be very cool. I would really like to see that. And, you know, maybe every once in a while you can have a giant raid that comes in, and, you know, every Saturday there's a giant raid and everybody that participates gets a special skin. You know, just something silly like that. That would be a fun experience. And I think I need something like that from Destiny. I've spent a lot of time with Destiny 1, and I'm fully aware of how that game works. I need something special from Destiny 2, and I have not got that yet. I have not got anything that went, oh man, this is so much better than Destiny 2. I've got, you know, dumbed down versions of the skill tree. I've got weapons that don't feel powerful to me. I do have supers that are good, but 3 out of the 6 supers don't feel very viable. You know, there's just a lot of things that I like in Destiny, but everything that I like about Destiny isn't new. It's kind of the old stuff that's just kind of hung around. All the newer stuff is just underwhelming to me. And that could be, you know, I'm an old fart, I'm set in my ways or whatever, but I really feel like these are, you know, actual concerns of, you know, this dumbed down skill tree where I can't customize my hero. So it's going to be the exact same as, you know, back in the Crota days where everybody had the same stuff and we complained and complained. We finally all got new stuff, and now we've gone back to that. We're going to be able to completely customize the color of our heroes, but everybody's got the same abilities and things like that. And I would rather have different abilities than the guy standing next to me than a different colored helmet. But that's just me personally. Well, that's going to wrap it up for my kind of review of Destiny 2 beta. I am looking forward to the game, but I would have to say I'm looking forward to it less than I was before I played the beta. The beta really kind of showed me things that to be completely honest, am not just entirely excited about. Well, if you enjoyed this video, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and let me know what y'all thought about the beta. Let me know if you kind of feel the same way I do. I was glad I got to play it, but I wasn't grabbed. I was actually almost turned off a little bit. So let me know if y'all kind of feel the same, and let's talk about all that down in the comments. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.